Okay, well, let's check in with KRQE News 13 anchor Matt Mauro, who's going to fly us through the morning's news headlines. Good morning, Matt.
Hey, Matt.
Good morning to you, ladies, and good morning to you at home. We start out talking today could be a very important day for firefighters in the northern part of the state. They are still battling two big and raging wildfires. They're keeping an eye on the weather because if the winds change, more than 100 homes could be in some big trouble. Let's start out with the Thompson Ridge fire. It's now burned at least 7,400 acres. It is just 5% contained, but that could change today. We are hoping so because the largest firefighting air tanker should be back in the skies really in just a few hours now. Tanker 911 here is an old DC-10 jumbo jet. It drops up to 12,000 gallons of water, or take a look at this red fire retardant on the fire. This was it last year fighting the Little Bear fire. It made one drop on the Thompson Ridge fire yesterday. It should make at least one more today. Helicopters are also firefighting that blaze. As a result, Fenton Lake State Park is closed. Near there, firefighters are still trying to keep the Tres Lagunas fire, about 10 miles north of Pecos, from reaching more than 100 homes, some of them just about 3 miles from the flames. It has grown to about 9,000 acres and is now 15% contained. Because of this fire, the Pecos Las Vegas Ranger District of the Santa Fe National Forest is now closed. Smoke from both the fires, the Tres Lagunas and the Thompson Ridge, could blow into Santa Fe, Los Alamos, Las Vegas, and Jemez Springs again today. If it bothers you, your best bet, just please stay indoors. Well, today we should learn more about a shooting involving an FBI agent and 2 suspects in southwest Albuquerque yesterday. Happened near Unser and Sage during a joint drug-related operation involving Albuquerque police and the FBI. The FBI says their agent fired at least 2 shots at 2 suspects in a vehicle, possibly, quote, causing an imminent threat. Now, we do know none of the suspects was hit, but at least one bullet hit a home. Nobody was hurt. One suspect was taken into custody after that. Law enforcement, again, Albuquerque police and FBI agents still looking for the other guy. The FBI is not saying what that imminent threat was that happened right before the shooting.
I'm not in a position to discuss that at this point. We're still conducting the investigation.
Was it another weapon?
I'm not in a position to discuss that at this time.
The FBI says it looks like the agent's actions were justified. All right, 8:06 now. Hey, parents, there's another way to keep your little ones safe. City of Albuquerque is unveiling a new system today that'll help you create records for your kids in case there's ever an emergency, such as a kidnapping. Starting today, Operation Kid Safe will have 3 new places to fingerprint kids at Mark's Casa Auto Group. They're all across the Duke City. The stations will provide a way for parents to create those records, again, mainly with fingerprints and pictures that police can use in case there's ever an emergency. It's a very good idea to go ahead and get that done. That wraps up your morning headlines. Make sure to catch KRQE New this morning every weekday starting at 4:30 for the latest news, weather, and traffic. Ladies, we'll send it back to you. And Kristen, I know you're keeping an eye on the weather. What we don't want are those winds to start blowing the fire west. That's where those homes are, just 3 miles away from that fire right now.
Right. Well, I'll have more on that. I'm going to do a fire forecast coming up in the next half hour, so I'll talk more about that then.
Thanks, Matt.